And we are live. Let's pop out the old chat. Get ready for some people to come in here. I love having this out. All right. I'll wait for some people to join here. We'll be good to go. All right. People are out the gate starting to ask me questions here. All right. So, as usual, this is the Sunday edition of the live stream. And so on these Sunday editions, we like to go over current healthcare topics. And, you know, if you ask me some questions, maybe I'll stop. Maybe you can surprise me with a question. We'll see. So let's get into some current event topics. Also, before we even get started, who has watched my video that released a few hours today? That's the real question. Who is a true fan, true subscriber, who has post notifications on? It was a really good video. I did it with my brother. We had a lot of fun filming it, so make sure you go check that video out after this. It's an awesome video. Let's see here. So let's get into the topics of the day, as per usual. All right, so what should we start off with today? Should we start the Wall Street Journal here? Let's see here. I think the last time I had problems finding the healthcare stuff. And someone said, your brother is so funny. He's hilarious. Like, literally hilarious. That's why you may remember a while ago we wanted to start a podcast together, because I think he would just be so hilarious on a podcast together. He really should have been a comedian. He missed his calling. But yeah, we thought about doing a podcast. It would just be hilarious. But the problem is, you know, he lives in Rhode Island. I live in New Jersey. So it'd be kind of hard to work that out. And we don't want to do like Zoom podcasts. That's lame. We need good quality audio. We need in-person interaction, all that stuff. So, all right, let's get to some topics here. Didn't last time I had trouble finding the healthcare topics on this? Forget this. Let's go to CNN. All right, latest topics. Let me guess. There's going to be some COVID news on this topic. Let's see. Dr. Sanjay Gupta. Do you guys remember I did a video on Sanjay Gupta? He tried to read a chest X-ray one time on Andrew Cuomo or something on CNN. It was so funny. I did a video. But I mean, he's a neurosurgeon. He doesn't know anything about chest X-rays, much like I don't know how to perform neurosurgery. So the fact that they even asked him that on the air is kind of funny. All right. Let's see what's going on here. We already talked about the quarantine isolation. We already talked about the new Omicron variant filling up child hospitals, which is mostly, you know, from what I've seen, is due to the small number of kids who are vaccinated. So it appears to be affecting them more, but it's not actually affecting them more. I want to see the New York Times graph. Remember last time we graphed Bitcoin versus, what do you call it? Omicron? Let's see if they have it before we go any further. Sometimes they have it here on the on this map. Look at that. That is crazy. It just keeps going up. I'll get this stupid thing out here. It keeps going up. That's insane. Man, I can't believe that. This was the Delta variant, right? And this was when it kind of jumped up what was this? The end of last year. Wow. Oh, Happy New Year, by the way. 2022. This is the first live stream of the new year. And I'm also on call. I've been on call for 9 days now. So that's fun. And then I also took diagnostic call the last 2 days because your boy had to get some extra bag. That's what I did. It's so funny. The older partners don't want to take diagnostic calls, so they'll like sell it to the younger folks. So we all take it. It's kind of funny. So I worked Friday, So I've been on IR call since, what was it? Since Christmas Eve. No, Christmas Day. I started IR call, and I've been on call all year. And I'm still on call right now till tomorrow morning, but I took diagnostic call last night from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. while on IR call. And then I also did diagnostic call on Friday morning from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. So I've been doing diagnostic call, IR call. I was also making YouTube videos and uploading YouTube videos last night when the studies kind of died down a little bit. So I've been doing quite a bit. Someone asked me if I'm doing teleradiology. No, but we can take some of our call shifts from home after like 4 p.m. because we take call until 11 p.m. So we can read a lot from home. All right, so back to this variant here. So deaths, does it say down for me? Oh, we're down 4% from our 14-day change. That's pretty good. But the total deaths, 824,000. That's insanity. All right, let's see what other stuff they have in the healthcare space. Let's see. Oh, well, let's find out why it's less severe. I think just because it doesn't actually replicate in the bronchi. Oh, here we go. This is the same thing last time. When am I going to learn? Should I just subscribe to this damn thing so I don't have to get these ad pop-ups every time? I think I'm going to. As soon as this live chat ends, I'm going to subscribe to all this stuff so we don't have this problem anymore. Back to CNN because it's free. Kevin, member to the channel. Obviously, I'm going to respond to him. Do you read cardiology studies as well, or do cardiologists read those? No, I don't read any cardiologist studies at all. No echoes, no MRIs, no heart MRIs, I should say. This is the ultimate snack food, and it's better for you than you think. I gotta see this. They drew me in. Popcorn? Get out of here. Popcorn? It fills you up? No, I don't think that's true because I've come home after being on call and I've eaten like a bag of popcorn before and I wasn't full. You know when you eat a lot of snacks that makes you like artificially full? That's how I felt. But nonetheless. So popcorn is a filling snack due to the volume it takes up in your stomach. I mean, that makes sense. Prevents us from over snacking? No. I'll eat the whole bag. 100%. You think I'm going to eat like 1 cup of popcorn? Get out of here. I'm eating the whole bag. All right, what else we got here? Shay Del Rey, hey from Clinical at UPMC. Shout out Pittsburgh. All right. 5 science-based strategies for nailing your let me know your New Year's resolutions. So I just kind of did, before I hopped on here, I filmed a whole video that will be released on Wednesday. And I talked about, well, you'll see. It kind of has something to do with New Year's resolutions, but not really. But we'll see. You'll see. Just stay tuned until Wednesday. All right. Where were we at here? Let's see. Strategies for nailing your resolutions. So exciting. The champagne bottles have been popped. The balls have been dropped. Make a Q-based plan. Okay, yeah, obviously. Consider the penalty clause. Whatever. Make it fun. That's what I'm here for. So, we worked out in the morning, Andrana and I, in our class. We absolutely love it. It's fun. The music's loud. Gets you engaged. And when you're like with somebody, you're motivated to do better. Because obviously, like, if Andrana's getting fit, I can't let her like outfit me, So it's kind of fun. Allow for emergencies. What? Man, these people are stretching. These journalists, they really stretch. What else we got going on here? More COVID. Eventually, when I do these, there's just going to be pure non-COVID topics. I'm waiting for those days. Look at this. COVID, 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 Pandemic? COVID? CDC? COVID? Oh, look, we already talked about the black coffee. See, they're slow on their stuff. Let's see what Fox News has over here. All right, let's do a little refresh here. We got to hit both sides of the coin, you know what I'm saying? How about before we do that, I'll answer some questions. Since, we got to do that. All right, what do we got going on over here, folks? Let's see. I also have no idea where my thing is. Okay. What kind of stuff we got? Is there a penalty? Is there a possibility that AI will take your job? Maybe. I don't think anytime soon, but maybe in like 15, 20 years. I don't think it's going to take my job. I think it'll help me perform my job. It'll never take my job per se. But we'll see. Hi, senpai. What does that mean? You my senpai? The heck does that mean? What's your most common trauma procedure? Splenic trauma. Well, spleen is a very common injured organ in blunt trauma. That's pretty common. It's mostly GI bleeds. It's probably the most common, honestly. But trauma, you can injure anything. Just depends. Happy New Year to everybody, by the way. Hopefully you watched my video this morning. CNN making their money's worth. Yeah. Any advice for sophomore pre-meds? Kind of worried about the MCAT? No. I have no idea anything about the MCAT anymore. So it's completely changed. I may have touched on that in my video that I just filmed. Stay tuned for Wednesday. But no advice on MCAT. Have you moved to Italy? No, I wish I did. That'd be awesome. Are there any IRs in Italy? Who knows an IR doc in Italy that I can talk to? I'm just going to keep rambling. Sorry. My goal was to go and check out IR departments at hospitals across the world. So like Croatia has one in the big capital, Zagreb. I want to go check out the IR department there. I would love to check out the IR department in Italy just to see like how different it is, I think it'd be fun. And I would love to film a video on it. But I wonder how many people would watch A. And I wonder if they would like let me in, So that's always been in the back of my mind. I just don't know if they would allow me to do said videos, But I'm really curious. I really want to know what it's like. I had a buddy I mentioned the last time who spent a month in Korea IR department, and he had a blast. But nonetheless. All right, what else is going on here? Shall we check out a few more current events? Shade Alfredo's. It's okay, you're rambling. It's still more intelligent than most people's most deepest thoughts. I don't know about that. We'll see. I appreciate it though. Means a lot. All right, what else is popping here? Let's see. Let me switch this up. So I never got over to the, not these sweaters. Don't care about those. Those are kind of, what are these? This looks like something, like what? This looks like something the bomb squad wears or something. When they're trying to like defuse a bomb. Who would wear that? All right. Let's see. New York, Florida shatter single day records for COVID. Yep. I could see that. Yep, we know this. Maybe they'll let us actually look at this since the paywall would not. Yep, see, this is exactly what I was saying. So recent studies suggest that the Omicron variant of the coronavirus, whoop, that's loud. The coronavirus variant of the Omicron virus, or the Omicron variant of the coronavirus is less severe because it impacts the lungs in different ways. Less efficient at replication in the lungs. I believe it replicates in like the upper trachea, which is why it just has URI type symptoms, which makes it less severe. It's really when it gets deep down the lungs and starts replicating. So there's a problem. So you get that deep cough you can't get rid of. That's where it causes severe inflammatory reactions to the lungs. And I will say, like I said, I was on diagnostic radiology call the last 2 days, and I read so many chest CTs and so many chest x-rays for COVID patients. It was insane. This is the most I've read in a very long time. So it's a lot. It's very, COVID's very popular in New Jersey and New York area right now. Let's say that. So what else is popping? Let's see. Celebrating 22 during the Omicron, whatever it is. Children's mental health may suffer if they spend too much time on electronic devices. Study suggests. You don't say. You ever go out right now, like to dinner, and you see these kids, they're just constantly on the iPads. It's kind of weird. Kind of weird. Blah, blah, blah. Look at this. Everything's still COVID. I wonder when there's going to be a day where I can flip through here and just not COVID everywhere. Let's check out the Washington Post, shall we? But before I go to a new website, I have to answer some questions. That's the rule. That's the rule I gave myself. So let's see what's going on over here. Let me scroll up a little bit. I keep getting surprised when I hit this mic. It like runs into my chin. I keep getting surprised by it. All right. Why are you an incognito? Why not? I don't want you to see like all my passwords and websites and everything. Why would I not be an incognito? That's the question you should ask yourself. I also browse pretty much daily in incognito because it's kind of annoying with all the save stuff and cookies and all that stuff. So I check like anytime I look up flights, it's always in incognito. All right, what else is going on? Do I think Omicron, or Metronon, whatever the heck you want to call it, will enable us to reach herd immunity? Possibly. I mean, given the fact that it's less severe, it may, in fact, lead us to herd immunity faster, which is a good thing. But I think that's kind of the way, given, what was it, like 70% plus is Omicron lately? So if that continues that way, then we essentially are converging or diverging into the common cold territory. So if it continues to just be a nuisance and not cause severe disease, then we're going to be on the lines of like a flu, a cold, that kind of thing. So that's basically what, if we continue down this path. Now, that's not saying that this thing could replicate. I mean, it's constantly changing its genetics and replicating to different variants every single day, right? That's how fast the virus is replicating. And there will be different variants. And the thing is, you don't know which variants are going to be more severe and which ones are going to be lighter. So it may replicate itself into just a virus that's a nuisance, but it may also replicate itself into something more severe like the Delta variant or whatnot. So the only way to really tell is to just wait, But I really hope it turns into more of like a flu or a cold. That way we don't have to worry about it, It's funny, I have like a flu patient the other day. I was like, oh, whatever, I'll put a mask on. But like, you just don't care about the flu. Like my wife, when she was working in urgent care, she said she never wore a mask when she was taking care of flu patients. And somehow she never got the flu. But hopefully COVID will end up that way. So we'll see. We shall see. So questions, let's see. Shay Delray, like and subscribe. I feel like there should be more likes. Yeah, I agree, right? I agree there should be more likes. Yeah, we need to get more people on this channel and watching this stuff. So, as a doctor, what are your thoughts on the mandates? I think you have to, oh man, that's a slippery slope, right? I don't know. I see both sides of it. The CDC and the government kind of have to come down hard on this stuff, but at the same time, it's hard to really mandate people to do something. But this is kind of a once in a lifetime thing for us because it's a public health issue, not just an individual issue. But at some point, you have to put the ball in the hands of the actual person and let them make decisions for themselves. All right, what else? Yeah, the Mr. Uberer. Exactly, but this Omicron is actually insane. 3 of my co-residents and radiologists got tested positive. Yep. That's how my wife's work was. It was like 11 people tested positive. At one point, around Christmas, I probably knew like 20 people with COVID. None of them were severely affected. They were all vaccinated, but it's just insane. And that goes to my other point is with the Omicron variant, it's like eventually you don't have to test yourself, because if you test everybody who has, say you test everybody who had the common cold, the results will be through the roof. But eventually they're going to stop. But Lisa, trust me, or CDC new mandate is what it is. CDC new mandate, it is what it is. Yeah, who knows? I mean, it changes every day. They're doing the best they can, I hope. So they know more than I do, let's put it that way. Do you play lo-fi when you read studies at work? Ooh. Let's see. Who remembers back in the day when I was doing my residency call shifts and I would turn on some Spotify. I'll switch it up. I'll listen to lo-fi. I'll listen to, I don't know, everything. I'll listen to like NWA, Eazy-E, sometimes like Dark in the Night when it's like 2 a.m. just kind of boost me up. It depends. Lo-fi's dope though. All right. We're going to switch over to the old live stream here. Check out some more topics. All right. I'm doing this and then I have to do it at Target with the wife. This is married life right there. But I am still on call, so I could get called for an emergency like literally any minute. Let's hope that doesn't happen, because it's rainy outside and I don't really feel like leaving my house, but nonetheless, what can you do? Sci-fi type of medical implants will soon become a reality. What kind of sci-fi? This is a pacemaker. That's not really sci-fi. Let's see what they have to say here. What kind of sci-fi? I mean, how many ads are on these websites these days? That's insane. For doctors, implanted pacemakers, cardiac defibrillators, blah, blah. Watch bracelets, wearable devices, blah, blah, blah. When you start looking into medical applications, there's going to be a convergence. I think it's going to be inevitable. Yeah, but what kind of stuff? The medical is fast taken to microchip implants. Yeah, I've always seen those microchip implants. I've never actually known anybody with a microchip in like their hand. What other stuff are we looking at here? Electronic sensors that can be embedded into temporary skin tattoos to track and stimulate brain waves and to prevent seizures. That is fascinating. This technology offers potential for screening before an appointment without to send a patient to the lab for testing. Wow, that's fascinating. It's going to be hard for people to take time for that, but whatever. We'll see. Someone says Target is packed. Oh, lovely. Can't wait. Can't wait to go. Returning. Oh, look at this. You guys know I used to be a swimmer. We'll see what we're talking about here. This is returning to a sport after an injury is a mental game. 100% agree with that. Here's how to do it. If you get injured and you're in like college or something, you're not getting paid for it, it's really hard to get back into it. And because rehab is a pain, right? It's super hard to get back into it. She fell off the edge of a cliff. Hillary Allen is an ultra runner and endurance athlete. What the heck? She airlifted to a hospital. She had broken 14 bones, including a badly sprained ankle and serious rupture of the foot ligament, suffered concussion and lacerations. Woo! That's quite the injury. 3 years before Allen's death, Was preparing for 2000 Paralympics event. She broke under her hotel. Permanent nerve damage. What the heck, man? These are crazy freak accidents. What else here? Who would have thought the Washington Post would be the best news source today? Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. All right, I'm bored of this. Let's get back to some questions. All right. Did you ever do a triathlon? No, I never did. I probably should have. It's funny that so many of my swimming friends, it's like a natural transition over to being a triathlete, I feel like. So many people just did that, you know? But I never did. But it would be so easy. I probably haven't swam in like 8 years, but I mean, I still got it, you know? Like once you have the technique of swimming down, you just gotta get back in and do it, you know? All right, someone's asking about, do USMLE Step 3 scores matter once you're in DR residency? No. 0 people care about Step 3 scores because you're already matched into residency, so who the heck cares? It's just like a formality at that point, so. They have mini triathlons? Yeah, you know the part I hate is the running part. I just don't like running. Never have. I never was a good runner. So, never did triathlons. Were you a straight A student growing up? Good question. No, I was a terrible student growing up. I didn't really know how to be a student or care about school probably until after I finished college, to be honest with you. I was an athlete in college, didn't really care about school. I wasn't a pre-med student and all that stuff. So I never really cared. But I started to care more once I realized I wanted to go to med school. Because I had to. Or I wanted to get in. What else we got here? All right, you guys are lacking on the questions today. Do you read less studies on call as an attending than you did as a resident? No. When you're in residency, you think you're reading a lot of studies, but you're really not reading any studies. Like, I remember I used to read 20 CTs or 30 CTs in a day. And I was like, yeah, I'm like badass. Look at me, I'm fast. But now I read 50 to 60 per shift CTs plus 30 ultrasound plus probably 30 to 40 x-rays. So yeah, I read way more as an attending. But you're not supposed to read fast when you're a resident because you don't know what you're doing. What else is going on here? Are there any downsides that you see in radiology, DR or IR? No, I don't. I mean, I don't know why anybody wouldn't do this. I see I don't know. I mean, obviously some people, we have to have surgeons and all that stuff. But for me to be in the hospital, I see some surgeons in the hospital till 10 p.m. every night, not seeing their family and stuff. I don't know. That's just not the life I would want. Obviously you don't have to do that, but a lot of people do, especially some of the older generation. But it is what it is. You can't really, pick what you're interested in, Let's see. Can you take fish oil supplements? I'm allergic to fish. I don't know. I have no idea the answer to that. I'm not a primary care physician, so ask your primary care doctor. 20 minutes ago, this radiologist was like, you can't rush art. Yeah, I believe that. You can't. But you don't have to rush to read studies, but you still have to read a lot. So you just rely on your search pattern. That's all it is. What are the hardest organs to read on ultrasound? None, really. Ultrasound's pretty easy to read, to be honest with you. It's not that difficult. Maybe I'm trying to give you a good answer here. My favorite ultrasound is probably a testicular ultrasound. Those are always fun to read. I don't like female pelvic ultrasounds. Those can be difficult. Or, first trimester pregnancy ultrasounds. Those are the toughest for sure. You really rely a lot on the ultrasound tech to get good images. What else is going on? What's the most common swimming injury? Probably good old shoulders. These shoulders have seen some work in their day. You know, they're a little tired. The rotator cuffs aren't what they used to be. Why are radiologists so chill? I don't know. Probably because we have I don't know. Because radiologists are awesome. Pancreas is not hard to read on ultrasound. It's actually really easy. There's not much to it. Like you either see it or you don't. You either see like the duct is dilated or you don't. And that's that. I can't stand EM folks. Christopher Lou says they're really high strung. I mean, a lot of my friends are ER docs. But what's weird is my friends that are ER docs are not high strung, but I feel like a lot are. Mine are super chill, my friends. So I don't know. Depends. How long did it take you to feel like you were confident in day trading? Man, I started trading when I was like probably 6 years ago. I'm not really confident in it. I mean, there's so much risk involved. I don't do it anymore, honestly. I just don't have time to. You really have to spend like all your time keeping track of the market and, you know, all that kind of stuff, tracking volatility, and I don't have time for that anymore. Let's see. Hi from the Dominicana. Well, hola. ¿Cómo está? Blah, blah, blah. What else? What's your hardest modality to read? MRI, for sure. It's the most advanced, and it's the hardest to read. Well, unless you're like read MRIs for a living, which I don't. I'm an interventionalist, but I still have to read MRI. So it's probably the hardest modality to read. There's a lot of specifics and nuances to it. Oh, what else is going on here? Before Andrana makes me go to Target with her. Can you do only diagnostic if you don't want to be interventionalist as a radiologist? Yeah, 100%. Only the interventionalists do procedures in my practice, and that's how it is most places. Are you interested in buying NFTs? No, because 99.9% of NFTs are garbage. But those like 0.1% have quite the ROI. Mackenzie touches you. I just done an OnlyFans ad on your video. Let's go. Maybe I'm starting OnlyFans. Am I? No, I would never do that. Imagine if I started OnlyFans. People would think I was crazy. Doctor starts OnlyFans. Is there any doctor on OnlyFans? Now I'm curious. Like doing real OnlyFans stuff, not just like... If I went on OnlyFans, it would be to like do radiology stuff. I'd be like the most boring OnlyFans person ever. Yeah, I don't think my hospital would like that either. That'd be kind of not good, as we say, not good. All right, what else is going on here? I'm from North Carolina here. What part? Shout out North Carolina. Just moved from Durham 2 years ago. Lived there for 4 years. Shout out North Carolina. Vascular versus IR. Where is the line at your hospital drawn? Both do declots. Share work or right for cases. That's totally dependent on your hospital. Totally dependent on the politics. Who does what? I would much rather them do declots. I hate doing declots. That's one of my least favorite procedures. They take a lot of time. You're fluoro in your hands a lot. It's hard to kind of work the machine the whole time. It's not a fun procedure. A lot of times you declot the fistulas or the grafts, and then they go down like 5 hours later and you have to do it again. It's not a fun procedure. It's probably one of my least favorite, actually. And I don't actually do them here, which I'm very happy for. Sorry, I thought I turned my mic off. Yeah, I don't actually do them, but I'm very fortunate. Can you touch on your MCAT experience? Nope, because that was like 12 years ago, and I don't care about that. Of course you can, Raul, start working on post. Oh, that's not for me. Whoops. There are plenty of med students on OnlyFans. Who? I want to know these people. Like doing like OnlyFans stuff, or are they doing like med student stuff? But I guess nowadays, you know, the funny thing is, nowadays, like when I started medicine, if someone had like an OnlyFans, like we used to not be able to put like a red Solo cup in our Facebook picture because people would be like, oh my God, he has a glass of wine every now and then. Like he must be bad for our company. But now, like you can do OnlyFans and no one can say anything. It's a completely different world. Everybody's just adapted to what's going on. But yeah, I'm really curious. Let's see. Is your average radiation exposure high? In fellowship? Probably. I mean, I was getting blasted with radiation like, you know, every day, all day long for weeks and months, for a year. Now, not so much. I definitely probably accumulated my 2-year amount last year in fellowship, but not so much anymore. I try to do procedures under ultrasound or CT guidance whenever I can. So try not to do too much radiation these days. Of course you can. Oh, wait, that was already for me. How hard is it to advance catheters into the vasculature? Not hard at all. It's only hard when there's a stenosis or a blockage or occlusion or something. What else we got here? Blah, blah, blah. Have you encountered any interesting transgender problem situations? I don't know what you mean by interesting, but yeah, I have plenty of transgender patients. We see them all. We see plenty. I had a lot in the city. But yeah, we had a lot of frequent transgender patients, but they're really nice too. Bruh, doctor. Blah, 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 blah. What else we have here? Your view over radiology and ortho residency. You know, there was one specialty I did like nothing in, and that was ortho. I know the least about ortho. I just didn't. Everyone thought I was going to do ortho because I was an athlete. Very stereotypical, right? But I never did anything ortho related whatsoever. I never even saw an ortho procedure. I really wasn't interested in it. I really wasn't interested in like doing hip replacements on like 9-year-old patients. That wasn't really what I was interested in. What's your max bench? Bro, I don't bench anymore. And I definitely don't max out. These shoulders, as I said earlier, these shoulders have seen better days. Maxing out is not a thing we do anymore. All right. Let's do back some current events before I go to Target. I feel like I'm on, what's that Will Ferrell video or movie when he's like going to Target or whatever? Oh no, that was Home Depot. That's how I feel though. Married life, am I right? All right. What else is going on in the world? All right, should we check out the old Reddit? So Reddit has a health section. Anybody know that? I don't know if you all knew that. Let's see what's going on here. Some pharmacies don't have enough technicians to keep up with demand. I could see that. So many pharmacy techs have quit. You can also see that. Yeah, I can imagine they don't really pay the pharmacy techs that well. I feel like a lot of techs get underpaid. I think that's just healthcare in general, to be honest with you. Whistleblower warns baffling illness affects growing number of young adults. What? Baffling illness? What baffling illness? Let's check it out. Oh, we got some MRI up here. Several new cases in New Brunswick involve caretakers of those afflicted suggest possible environmental trigger. Blah, blah, blah. Catalog of troubling symptoms including rapid weight loss, insomnia, hallucinations, difficulty thinking, and limited mobility. Those are really non-specific, huh? Multiple sources that can now be as many as 150 people, backlog cases. Interesting. I wonder what kind of environmental trigger they're talking about. A woman in her 30s who's described as nonverbal is feeding with a tube and drools excessively. Her caretaker, a student in her 20s, also started showing symptoms of neurologic decline. Interesting. So what the heck is it? What environmental factor are we talking about? I mean, it's really hard with those symptoms. I mean, how are you supposed to diagnose somebody? Let's see, what else? All right, let's get to the bottom here. I'm not reading this whole thing. I don't know. I guess the point is they don't know what's causing it, so we'll see. Stay tuned. Sorry to leave you hanging there. What else here? Blah, blah, blah. Volunteers needed for older RSV, adult RSV. I actually had an adult patient with RSV the other day. I don't think I've seen an adult with RSV in a long time. What else we got here? More COVID stuff. This, it turns out, a glass of wine a day likely doesn't keep the doctor away. Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? Remember, do you guys remember like 10 years ago when they're like, you have to drink a glass of red wine because it's like so healthy for you. It has resveratrol in it or whatever. Where do they come up with this stuff? CDC says people should avoid cruise travel regardless of vaccination status. I wouldn't go on a cruise right now if you pay me, to be honest with you. Well, maybe if you pay me a lot of money, but I feel like being that close quarters with people, so many people, and you're all touching the same things, it's just a recipe for disaster. I do really feel bad for the cruise companies because they are suffering through this, but I wouldn't go on a cruise right now. I don't like cruises to begin with. I've been on one. It was really nice, but I still don't like it. I wouldn't go on a cruise. I mean, you're just asking for it, right? That's like going, it's like going to a concert every single day, but you're stuck in the concert venue. You guys like all have to use the same bathrooms and facilities and all that stuff. I wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do it at all. All right, let's answer some questions, and then we'll wrap up here on this lovely Sunday, shall we? All right. Let's see what kind of questions we got going on. Man, I missed a lot, guys. Do you use self-checkout or wait in line? I don't know. It depends on my mood. It depends how many groceries I have. Blah, blah. I had to put a 4-year-old hip traction once. So sad. Yeah, 100%. My older brother actually broke his hips when he was like 2 years old. He was casted. How'd you feel not being able to spend Christmas with Andriana? I did spend Christmas with her. I was on call. I wasn't in the hospital. Blah, blah, blah. This is cool because even though I should be studying, I feel like I'm not studying because I'm hanging out with Dr. Cellini. I mean, this is basically studying. This is basically studying. How are you so smart? I don't know. Years of experience. You sound like a West Coast guy. I'm from the South, born and raised. Atlanta, Georgia. Now, if I could only get him to sign off on some hours. What made you start doing live streams? I don't know. One of my favorite YouTubers who I watch their live stream literally every single day, Monday through Friday, Meet Kevin. I just love the way he does live streams. And I was like, man, I want to do that. And I was like, oh, I can do that. So I just started doing them. He does financial advice. I was like, I might as well talk about medicine and like healthcare stuff, you know? Do you interpret DEXA scans? Yep. Probably read like 10, 12 every single day. What watch are you wearing? I don't know if you can see. You have to guess. I'm not going to tell you. You have to guess. I need to wind it up, though. The time's off. I don't have a watch winder, unfortunately. That's next on the list. And then blah, blah, blah. What age did you know you wanted to be a doctor? I was like 23, I think. It's not Tissot. It's not Movado. All right. So I think we're going to end it here, guys. I got to make a little target run and get some supplies. And that's pretty much it. So make sure you go watch the video today, by the way. I posted this morning at 10 a.m. It's with my older brother. It's awesome, by the way. You will love it. You will laugh because he's hilarious. And he made me laugh like the whole time I was doing the video. And I want to do more videos with him. So go watch that video if you haven't already. Go subscribe to his channel, all that stuff. Join my channel. Go check out the next to the subscribe button on my main channel. There's a little membership thing. If you want to be a member, you can see some of the members in this chat right now, like Shay Del Rey with the icon next to their name. And you get some pretty cool stuff, which I describe on the membership page. So go check that out. And stay tuned for the next live chat, live stream. I'll answer some more questions, go over some healthcare topics. You know, turn on post notifications because I will literally do this randomly on like a Tuesday night or like today. It doesn't matter. So as always, get your questions ready for the next one, and we'll see you on the next video. Go watch my video from today. Ciao.